What is up, gamers? Welcome back to another episode of Hotfix, your daily dose of gaming news. Sorry I didn't upload a video yesterday. My hardware was being weird. I ended up recording the episode twice, and I had issues with the audio both times, and honestly, I was getting pretty frustrated, and there wasn't even that much news to report on yesterday in the first place, so I figured, fuck it, I'll just put all my efforts into creating the Hotfix breakdown video that I published today, so hopefully you guys go check that out and enjoy that. But anyways, we got a lot of cool news today. So my name is Max. Yesterday was April 19th, 2017, and let's get right into it. Now, this is a pretty crazy rumor, however, I've been seeing it here and there. A Spanish online store by the name of Extra Life has listed the Xbox One Scorpio at 399 euros. That's 428 US dollars, which is actually a pretty good price, especially compared to the $700 that we are expecting it to be. So this is only a rumor, and it's entirely possible this will not turn out to be the case. However, I just thought this would be interesting and could maybe generate some discussion. We're not gonna know for sure until E3 this year. The website Eurogamer has had multiple sources report in saying that Nintendo is supposed to be releasing a SNES Classic this year. This is very, very likely, especially with the success of the NES Classic that they just discontinued recently, and the theory is that they discontinued that so that they could start releasing the SNES Classic. Chances are really high. I mean, all they have to do is just make a smaller, more compact version of an old system and just stuff a bunch of games in there. It doesn't cause a whole lot of extra work for Nintendo, and hopefully it'll be just as reasonably priced as the NES Classic was. And maybe they'll actually produce enough for people to buy them. I really don't think they will, since Nintendo always likes to create artificial demand. The original StarCraft received its first update in 8 years yesterday, making it completely free to play. This of course includes the Brood War expansion, and this comes before the remastered version of StarCraft, which is supposed to be releasing this summer. So StarCraft fans, you may want to go check that out. Speaking of updates, Rainbow Six Siege just got a rebalance. This patch is focusing on some of the operators, mainly operators Glaz, Echo, and Montaigne. Glaz's thermal scope will now make it easier to tell when a shot lands on an enemy by reducing the noise on the enemy outline, tweaking the contrast, and making sure players can see the blood splatter. Montaigne's LFP-586, which I'm guessing is a gun, was a little bit too powerful, so they're increasing its hipfire spread, so he has to be a little bit more careful when he's blasting away at people. And lastly, Echo's Yokai drone, the sonic burst that it does, it now registers hits on all body parts instead of just a headshot. There are a few other small tweaks here and there, but those are the major changes. The next game in the Orcs Must Die series, Orcs Must Die Unchained, is finally out on Steam. It's been in an open beta for the past 3 years, and it's finally complete and here for the world. It's a free-to-play game unlike the previous two, and this one incorporates sort of MOBA elements. I actually played the open beta a long time ago, I want to say a year and a half ago, and it was fun as hell. Having not played the other two games, I had a good time with it, and I'm probably going to be checking this out at some point. Season 3 of The Walking Dead, entitled A New Frontier, just got a release date for its next episode, episode 4. It's actually coming very soon on April 25th, so those who are waiting on it, make sure to clear your schedule. Now this is really interesting news. Bandai Namco has actually just registered a trademark for Pac-Man Maker. Now, it's important to note that trademarking a term does not always mean something's going to come from it. This sort of stuff happens all the time. However, with the success of Super Mario Maker, it makes sense that other publishers and developers may take note and do something like that with their classics. And Pac-Man is a perfect place to start. We'll have to see if anything comes of this. And last but not least, digital game sales reached a crazy new high last year. 74% of all game sales last year were digital, which is a ridiculously high amount and 5% higher than the year before, 2015. It's important to note, though, that this also includes sales of game subscriptions, DLC, and mobile/social network apps, so that does skew it a little bit. It also brought a few other interesting facts, such as that the average gamer is now 35 years old. Male gamers tend to be a bit on the younger side, whereas female gamers are spread all across the age groups. Also, consumer spending reached an all-time high of $24.5 billion last year. Ridiculous, ridiculous. Gaming is better than ever nowadays, folks. These statistics come from the Entertainment Software Association. Well, anyways, guys, that's about it for yesterday's news. Make sure to like the video down below if this recap helped you. Leave your thoughts in the comments below on these news stories. We had some interesting stuff reported yesterday. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already for free daily news updates straight to your inbox every Tuesday to Friday. It also just helps me out a lot. Also, if you haven't already, go check out my newest video on why the Xbox Scorpio may be a failure. Part of a new series I'm calling Hotfix Breakdown, where instead of talking about all these news stories, I take one story and talk about it at length. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is Max signing off.